Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. Today we have another Uprising booster box. We're going to do two of these things for my friend and yours, Justin O. and Sean M. Sean, I think you were actually technically first, so let's do Sean's box. Sean, this is all you, my friend. Uprising really going good. Lots of areas saying that they can't get tons of product. It seems like the two coasts are pretty good with products, but that the Midwest and kind of like the Midwest, like Ohio, Pennsylvania area, are having a hard time getting additional product right now. I think there's another wave of this coming out though, but the two warehouses on the West Coast and on the East Coast seem to still have product available. So yeah, we're seeing lots of stuff. This is a beautiful product with some of the most amazing artwork. Like some of the stuff I cannot wait for PvE to see what those big monsters do. I've been saying this since Monarch. In the Monarch artwork, something changed. They went from like artwork that was just heroes and like, you know, fantasy scenes to now it's like heroes with fantasy scenes fighting big monsters. And I think that says something about like this idea of moving towards PvE and the fun side of the game. Phoenix Flame. There we go. Form. I always call that Phoenix Flame. That's hilarious. And a trade in. So Road to National Season's wrapping up. We had an incredible meta for the classic constructed side of the game. It'll be really interesting to see how some of these heroes perform in the nationals and moving forward. Oh, I thought I saw a cold foil. I don't like the cold foil in the back of the pack. Makes opening packs take a little bit longer as you gotta like check more things. Invoke Kai Laureate, that card is so good. So good, it wrecks you. And a healing balm. So it'll be interesting to see. I keep thinking I see a cold foil. It'll be interesting to see what shakes out at the national level as people kind of maybe expose their tech and their practice stuff. Insidious Chill. That one doesn't. I know it's Mark Poole, but that works weird. I don't know. That's probably gonna get a lot of negativity comments from me. I know it just doesn't. It doesn't do it for me. You know, sometimes it does it for you. That one doesn't do it for me. All right, Sean. This is we're about halfway. No, I'm not halfway through. Tide Flippers. I like it. The Crocky Crocs. We're gonna call that one Crocky Crocs from now on. Oh, the Marvel Invoke. I can't pronounce that. Look at how beautiful that is. Congratulations, Sean. Look at that. Those Marvel cards are absolutely gorgeous. Man. The Invoke. Okay, so one thing I wish that they would have done on these is add the rarity of the actual card on the bottom, so you know if it was a rare or a majestic. But you know, you could also just remember that. I have a hard time remembering them though, to be honest, and I look at them all day, every day. Congratulations, Sean. I think that was a good one. It's a beautiful one. I haven't seen that one yet. Stoke the Flames. So the meta is still shaking out. The events have been going really well. Boxes prices are, you know, stabilizing and holding up at like that $80 price point. I know a couple sales happened last week where stores were selling them for $65, but for the most part, boxes have been, you know, holding up at the price point. They're accessible still. The only thing I'm hearing is a couple areas that have sold out. Particularly the Midwest and like that Ohio area. Tome of Duplicity are having a hard time getting boxes, and their stores are getting like one case, and so the player base has to order from other places. The stores can't get more boxes, but I have not had that experience. Spreading Flames, there we go. I'm still recovering, everyone. I'm sorry if I seem a little bit low-key. My voice is just completely, I can't not make videos, so my voice is just completely gone. The excitement level is just not going to be there. Ronin Renegade. Yeah, anyway, Road to National season, though, really cool to see just the completely open meta. Really excited to see Nationals, really excited to see Worlds. I think I'll be going to Worlds. Ooh, our second Majestic foil and a Liquefy. Sean, this is a good box. Not like, a box a couple boxes ago, but this is a good box. So yeah, lots of, another Liquefy. The singles are moving really well too. This is another point I want to make hype. I bought some singles at my Road to Nationals and put them up there. Singles are moving really well. There seems to be a lot of interest in these new heroes. Red Hot, that's one of the new playmats. There seems to be a lot of interest in the new heroes, which is really good. A good sign for the set. And there seems to be a lot of interest in the collecting side with those Marvels. So I think they have pinned or threaded the needle on a really cool. Gosh, that artwork's so good. They've threaded the needle on a really good box and a really good product. And now we will see if they thread the needle on the supply side. This is 100% rumors and speculation. Invoke Dominia. Gosh, beautiful card. This is 100% speculation, but some of the numbers floating around were 40,000 boxes from, from Wave 1. And now that there will be an additional 20,000 boxes for Wave 2. Now, those are just, those are not official numbers. This is just the numbers that are floating around. And if that's the case, it'll be interesting to see if the market can absorb another like half the total print run of the product. Or if, what I would like to see is just boxes sitting at distribution and the ability to order them, and stores learning that you don't have to like take all of them and then dump on the market. You can just like leave them at the distribution level. But we'll see. That doesn't seem to be the way things go. That sigil gets me every time. I always think it's the Fable. All right, Invoke and then a Rebellious Rush. Sean, your box is slowing down. You've got a lot of Majestics already, and then you got your cold foil Marvel already. So I'm not sure what else you've got in this. It'd be nice to see an alt art rewind. I don't think I've seen one of those on the channel yet. That's what I want to see. I love that card. I think that card is so creative, and I think that's the type of stuff I want to see more of from LSS. Is that like creative way of adding a cool chase to the game, not just like an alt art with the alt art with a fox just sitting there. I mean, it's beautiful for Channel Lake Frigid, but it's not like unique enough. Breaking Point. Another cold foil. The Silent Stilettos. Gosh, cold foils are beautiful. You got to give that to them. I mean, it's like a $3-4 card, but cold foils are beautiful. All right, Sean, 2 cold foil box. Lots of good Majestics. No generic Majestics yet. You got 2 Majestic Rainbow foils. Oh, and another Majestic. The Tome of Firebrand. Like, those are good cards. Those are selling pretty well. A lot of these Majestics are moving at like $3 to $4 or $5. So you do get a decent value in here. And dude, you just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Majestics, 9 total Majestics with your Rainbow foil. And then you got the Marvel and another cold foil. So Sean, that was a good box, my friend. Congratulations. All right, let's take it over here to Justin's box, and let's see what we can pull him. Let's see if we can't pull a legendary. I still haven't hit a legendary out of this case, which is kind of insane. So Justin, let's see what we can get you out of this box, my friend. Other than that, it seems like, overseas the product is doing well too. And, that their supply isn't quite as, I would say, thick. That being said, like I do hear from stores who can't get more product, but my warehouses, both warehouses have product. So it's kind of weird. Justin, this is you, my friend. All right. So we'll see kind of what happens over the next couple of weeks with that. But it does seem like overseas. Ooh, is that all you got? It does seem like overseas, the product's moving really well too, and it's growing. I do think like the biggest growing market right now, I agree, is probably like Europe or whatever. Ooh, a thaw. There we go. This is coming in hot. I love that artwork. I always thought this artwork was going to extend and we were going to see more of it. But then we never did. So yeah, I mean, the European market, especially with, History Pack 1 seems to be a pretty big success for the European market. A lot of people interested in that because of those Marvels. There seems to be a lot of good conversation. Let's see, do I even have regular foil, majestic? Sorry, let me get my piles right. It just seems like there's a lot of interest on that side of the game. Europe is known for like a little bit more higher thinking competitive card gameplay, or even just competitive gameplay. And so a game like this does really, really well in Europe, whereas America is known not quite as much for like, there's a phrase Euro gaming in board gaming, which is like these like more complex resource management style games that they just play differently. And there's been a lot of conversation about Flesh and Blood and about Genesis. Ooh, erase face. There we go, Justin. $25. Erase your face. There we go. There's been a lot of conversation about can the key markets for Flesh and Blood or a more competitive game like that, can they be European? And man, it's definitely an interesting topic, because Magic is so dominated, everywhere, but also like in the United States, so dominated. So it's interesting. Another Insidious chill. It's fun to think through that stuff and see like what is actually moving and grooving and what's actually important. Excuse me one sec. All right. Sorry about that. So it's super interesting to see that, and we'll see how it goes over the next couple weeks. So last thing I want to talk about is this meta and the question of will it get solved. Right now the meta is pretty Fi heavy, not like incredibly Fi heavy, not like it's a problem or anything, but Fi is certainly the deck that you're gonna like know that you are gonna go up against 100% at some point in the tournament. And that's because Fi is so, quick and aggro and, another Tome of Fireburn. The meta, when a meta is not solved, it tends to be easily handled by an aggro deck. So it'll be interesting to see how much how long Fi lasts, or if that's going to be the meta. That's going to be like a quick, bottom meta. It'll be really interesting to see how people figure it out and solve it, and what other pieces they put together now that we don't have the Starvo problem. The Starvo problem really did a number on people in terms of like wanting to figure out the meta. They just all went and played Starvo because it was the easiest thing. So now you have this wide open meta and people are going to have to solve it. So it's going to be super interesting. I love this Billowing Mirage. Such a beautiful card. I think that might be the Rudy playmat. Anyway, so it's going to be super interesting to see how long it takes to get solved, and if it gets solved, and when it gets solved, especially with Nationals coming up. I think there's going to be a lot of people who are really holding their cards close to them. I think that's good. I think that's important. It'll be really interesting to see what happens here at Nationals in a couple months. And as testing goes, especially with your local groups and your armory events, it'll be super interesting. Justin, this box is, you got an erase face, so that's like really good, but no cold foils yet, and we still haven't had a legendary in this case, which is wild. Hypothermia, still haven't hit a legendary in the case. Yeah, last thing to finish it up, to bookend it. PvE is going to come out and it's going to do something. It's either going to be really good, or it's going to be average and not really do much, or it's going to be bad and it's going to bring out some negativity from people who were waiting for it to be really good. I think that anything that takes LSS this amount of time is going to be phenomenal. they wouldn't spend this amount of time on it if it wasn't going to be very, very good. Tome of Firebrand. So, oh, another, and then our cold foil, dang it, is a Spellfire Cloak. Okay, cold foil common. No legendary yet. But 2 majestic rainbow foils in both boxes. That's interesting. So PvE, it's got to be really good. A lot, I think a lot is riding on PvE. I mean, James White even said that like the casual side of this game is essentially riding on player versus environment, and so it's got to be really good. And ooh, combustion point. And I think anything that takes this amount of time to produce and to put together has to be good, and it will be good. So I think the gameplay is going to shift a lot from there. I think you're going to see this kind of uber competitive side of the game. Oh man, I thought that was going to be a legendary. This uber competitive side of the game will always remain, but the other side of this game, which is people who just like sitting down around the table with their friends, will be able to breathe a little bit. Right now it's just not sure that it can breathe. Cold foil Marvel Invoke Necria. Beautiful. Man, this one is so different looking than the rest of them. It's so cool. Congratulations, Justin. So 2 Marvels in this box opening. Congratulations. That's just a rare, I think. Congratulations, Justin. So 2 Marvels and double cold foil. 4 cold foil box. No legendary yet. Let's see. Last pack luck. Justin, thank you so much for letting me open your box. Appreciate you. And last pack, no legendary. And cold foil, no cold foil. All right, Justin, Sean, thank you so much. This is a pretty good box. 1, 2, 3, 6, 8 total majestics with 2 rainbow foils. You got a Marvel and a regular cold foil. Guys, thank you so much for watching the channel. I know my energy level is down and my voice level is down, but I gotta keep making content. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching and bearing with me. I hope you have yourself a fantastic day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.